Biscuits, the time has come. It's time to board the Carnival Conquest for our very first cruise. Let's go! I couldn't be more excited to get on the boat.
Ship! It's a ship. Feel free to roast me in the comments. This is going to be a common problem throughout the entire video. I'm sorry!
Y'all the tour and show you what to expect when you book the Carnival Conquest.
Hi, I'm Jeremy, and you can call me Jerendelle. Thank you so much for coming by and subscribing to my channel, where theme park and travel enthusiasm come together for a massive slay! Come along with me to explore the thrills and adventure that this world has to offer. Buckle up, Biscuits, because it's time to go on our first adventure. Come with me on my very first cruise to the Bahamas on the Carnival Conquest. While my rope drop videos may make it seem like it, I am not a morning person at all. Despite what it looks like, I'm actually really excited, not only because I'm about to go on my very first cruise, but because I am going to be taking the Brightline from Orlando to Miami for the very first time. I think the Brightline could be a game changer in terms of adding more to your Florida vacation. But I'm telling you, if you are considering a cruise on your vacation, do it after the theme parks. You're going to need the vacation after walking 30,000 steps a day.
We have made it to the Brightline station. I'm cutting it a little bit close. It's almost 6:20. The train leaves at 6:50. I don't know how long it's going to take for me to check my bag and find where I need to be, but we are going to put our faith and trust in it, and it's going to be just fine. I will see you all on the train.
Well, Dorothy, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore, dear. While I know the Brightline is relatively new, would you look at this station? She's gorgeous. It is already significantly more nice than a lot of airplane terminals I've been into, and the process of going through security and into the station itself to wait was an absolute breeze. They had a little convenience area where you could grab a snack or a drink. You could also go up to the bar for a cocktail or a coffee or espresso drink. I was beyond impressed. And then I got on the train. I mean, look how gorgeous this train is. And for me, almost being 6'3", to have this much legroom anywhere is an absolute gift. Taking the earlier train not only means getting to your destination earlier, but getting to see this beautiful sunrise. And not only do they have a beverage and snack and small bite menu, but the prices are very fair. Ordering is done via QR code. You scan the QR code, pick your selections, and then your order is delivered directly to your seat. While I wasn't particularly hungry this morning, I did have a coffee and it was delicious. Maybe because it was very early in the morning and the train wasn't that crowded, this train ride was very calm, peaceful, and serene. I just got to kick back, relax, focus on some work and editing, and just zone out, which really doesn't happen that much. The Brightline has plenty of storage space for your luggage. If you're traveling with other family and friends and you happen to be in separate compartments, traveling from one compartment to the other is very easy. You can find restrooms between the cars, and not only are they very spacious, but this one was pristine and so clean. Traveling from Orlando, you're going to have a few stops before getting to Miami: Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, Boca Raton, Aventura, and then Miami. The whole trip in total took about 3.5 hours, but when I tell you it flew by, it literally flew by. After a coffee, some work in editing, and closing my eyes for a little bit, we rolled into Miami in no time.
Made it to Miami, yeah! And the best part is, the cruise port really isn't that far away. You can literally see the boats from here, which is a total slay.
The Miami Brightline station is just as nice as Orlando's, and they are pretty much exactly the same. The same bar, there's a convenience store, and there was also plenty of space to sit and wait for your train. Grabbing a lift was very easy. I did not have to wait long at all. And in a little over 10 minutes and about $12, we were crossing the bridge and pulling into the Miami cruise port. Taking the Brightline to the Miami cruise port could not have been easier, and I cannot wait to do it again. But now, Biscuits, time for the cruise!
I have wanted to experience a cruise for years, so to be here in Miami, about to get on my first of 2 cruises this month, I couldn't be more excited. A little bit of a rocky start here with the Carnival Conquest. We're on a 3-hour delay. There is something wrong that is not allowing the boat to move at full speed, so we might have a modified itinerary. We're still going to Nassau, they say, but we may have to change our first stop depending on whether or not they are able to solve the problem. But that doesn't matter. I couldn't be more excited to get on the boat, give you all the tour, and show you what to expect when you book the Carnival Conquest. All right, Biscuits, let's do it! My original boarding time was between 11:30 and 12, and yesterday we received an email from Carnival saying that there was an issue with the boat and to come 3 hours after what was your original time. So it is just about 2:30. I have no idea what to expect, how check-in goes. We're about to learn all of this as we go. So let's As soon as I walked up to the terminal, I was met by a porter who took my bag, my room number, and loaded it onto the cart to be delivered onto the boat. I immediately learned my first 2 lessons. Number 1, print out all of your documents. It will greatly help the employees and expedite your process. And number 2, bring cash. It's always safe to have it, especially if you're going to the casino. The ATM fees are astronomical, and it never hurts to be generous to those that help you along the way. We had cleared security. It took no time at all, and I am about to walk onto the ship for the very first time. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what I'm going to think, but this is a new experience. I am so excited, and I just can't wait to see everything that's on the ship for the next few days. Yeah! We did it! Biscuits. This first room is gorgeous. I love the exposed elevators, the art, the light fixtures. Stunning. This is going to be your main pool deck, and honestly, I was shocked at how many people were already on the ship. I originally had the first boarding group, so I thought I was going to be one of the first few on the ship. I was very wrong. The deck is very grand. I love the tiered layers. The pool is a pretty decent size, and the water slide looked like a lot of fun, but it was way too cold for me to even consider getting in the water. Which leads me to my next lesson learned. Know the weather. Just because you're going to the Caribbean does not mean it is going to be warm. Keep your eyes on the weather at least a week out from your vacation. Continuing to the front of the ship, you're going to find the Serenity area, which is the adults only space on the ship. They had many of these comfy, cozy pods that were usually always available. There were more than enough lie-down chairs on this deck and then the deck above. This is the stairway entrance to the upper deck of the Serenity area. Then over on the other side, you're going to have a secondary entrance, which will then walk you into one of 2 hot tubs that are in the Serenity area, again for adults only. And from both of these hot tubs, you're going to get one of the best views you can get on the entire ship, especially during sunrise and sunset. Just on the deck below, you're going to have the spa and the gym. More on that to come soon. A couple decks down is going to be this incredible theater that has hosted several different entertainment acts as well as informative meetings throughout the cruise. You cannot miss the stand-up show. And before I knew it, it was time to head back to the main pool area for my very first sail away party. Yeah!
If you came out here to make memories and make this vacation count, let me hear you say, oh yeah! All right, well I think it's time that we get it rocking and rolling, plus something else. Because whenever you come onto this ship, we do not come here to make this ship rock. We do not come here to make this ship roll. We come here to make this ship wobble!
Yeah, Gabby!
All right, everybody bring it in now. Thank you to my 3 friends.
On the way to the stateroom, we saw this pool on the back of the boat that was enclosed, which was great due to, again, the temperatures on the cruise, but now it's time for a tour of our cabin! This is the moment I realized we were on the back of the ship. Welcome to your aft balcony room on the Carnival Conquest! Immediately to your right, you're going to have these 3 quaint closets. You can store your belongings, shoes, some small bags. They had plenty of space and even a full-length mirror in that first one. Behind me is the bathroom, and I was already prepared for how small the bathroom was going to be, so when I opened the door and saw just how large and how much space there was, I was in complete shock. Biscuits, I'm almost 6'3" and travel with a full-size water pick at all times, so to be in a bathroom that I can fit under the shower completely and have space for my full-size water pick, slay. But now into the part of the cabin where none of the magic happens. Having this desk space and mirror was very helpful. I still can't believe all of this space. The sofa's a nice size. There's a king bed. Just be prepared. The bed is very, very soft. I'm naturally claustrophobic, so I was a little concerned going into the space, but I could not have been more comfortable. Again, almost 6'3", and I could lie down on the entirety of the sofa with no problem. But then this was the moment that truly took my breath away when I peeled back the curtain to reveal this incredible balcony. I'm sorry, but I just have to.
This may go down as my favorite view of Miami that I've ever had, and it only gets better. Getting to watch the ships go by in real time is just as fun and entertaining as it is when you see it happening on the apps. But getting to wake up, have a coffee, watch the sunrise and sunset, and take in these city views were one of the biggest highlights of the trip. I cannot recommend getting a balcony room on the aft more. Oh, and this was pure luck. Carnival picked the room, so the fact that it happened is a miracle, but I am so grateful that it did. And that's going to be your aft balcony room on the Carnival Conquest, Biscuit. Time to talk about one of my favorite things to talk about, the food on the Carnival Conquest. Biscuits, if there's one thing I know I'm really good at, it's eating a large quantity of food in a short amount of time. Friends, you have to remember you are on an all-inclusive cruise with thousands of people in a buffet-style setting where they are cooking for mass amounts of people. While I am not saying that as an excuse to subpar food, it does need to be taken into consideration. Overall, I would give my entire food score on the Carnival Conquest a 7.5 out of 10, which is considerably higher than I thought it was going to be. This buffalo chicken sandwich, for example, 8.5 of 10. It was delicious. And can you ever really go wrong with a hot dog when you're hungry? I think not. And no, I am not telling you how many I had on this trip, 13. One of my favorite buffet setups on the ship had to be Comfort Kitchen. There was a really wonderful selection of meats and seafood, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, greens. Aside from the eggs, the breakfast selection was also really lovely in the mornings. And you have to do room service at least one night, especially if you're having a late night at the casino or the club. This is the perfect way to finish out your evening. I did not do breakfast for room service, but something to look forward to next time. The Greek salad with chicken was wonderful. It wasn't overdoused in salad dressing, nor was the feta cheese too overwhelming. It was perfectly balanced. Next was the chocolate devil's food cake. I'm sorry, Biscuits. I already took a couple bites. I couldn't wait without filming, but it is delicious. I'm giving it a 9.2 out of 10. So good. The fudgy brownie is up next. I'm going to be honest, y'all. I don't think I'm going to like this one, but let's see. All right, one bite. Here we go. If you couldn't tell, I was in heaven. 9.8 out of 10 for the fudgy brownie. Up next, due to the recommendation of many, is not only the thing I ate the most on the Carnival Conquest, but my favorite meal on the entire ship. I had this not once, not twice, or 3 times, not even 4, 5 times. Biscuits, I'm gonna be honest, I lost track of how many times I had it after 5. Guy's Burger was my favorite stop on the Carnival Conquest. The burgers are super juicy and flavorful. The fries are seasoned for the gods. And honorable mention for the condiment bar. Grilled onions, chili, regular onions, banana peppers, pickles, and all of the sauces you could possibly want. The lamb and the brisket of the carved meats were the only meats I did not enjoy while I was on the ship. And I made it my personal mission to try every dessert that I could while I was on the Carnival Conquest. And I came pretty close. This bite came from their orange cake. It was this orange flavored vanilla with this almost plastic cheese-like topper. It was a total miss. I do not recommend. This bite, however, came from the second best thing next to the fudgy brownie. This was the espresso cheesecake, and it is near perfection. The carrot cake was also fine. It wasn't too heavy on the nuts, which I personally enjoy. My overall ranking for the food, again, was a 7.5 out of 10, which is more than I was expecting. Next trip, I'm going to have to try eating at the steakhouse. I saw some of the entrees come out, and it looked fabulous. On to what's quite possibly the weakest aspect of the Carnival Conquest, onboard entertainment. Now, I would like to preface this with there is a lot of entertainment that the Carnival Conquest has to offer. Karaoke nights, bingo, live game shows, different musical acts around the ship, a hilarious after-hours comedy event, and even a piano bar. One major thing the Carnival Conquest was missing for me was a musical or a large staged show in the theater. And while I really enjoyed going to various parts of the ship and having a different musical experience, I would have loved to have gotten to see a Broadway style or caliber show in that theater. I never knew how much I love movie nights on the deck until I experienced movie nights on the deck. And Henry's, the nightclub, is a total vibe. It's not my vibe, but a vibe nonetheless. Having 1 or 2 staged musical shows in a theater would make this cruise completely well-rounded for me. But even without that, there is still plenty of entertainment to fit your stylings and your liking throughout the cruise. Biscuits, we have made it to night 2 on the Carnival Conquest, and I just wanted to do a little bit of a breakdown over the last couple days now that I've gotten here and settled in and gotten to experience the boat, the ship, I keep saying boat, this is a ship, my goodness.
and just comment on a few things. I'm genuinely blown away. And this has been one of the it's going well, the best first cruises I think that I could have asked for. When I decided to do this, I wanted to start small, and I didn't want to go on like the newest ship or go on the most updated ship or go on the ship that has all the bells and whistles, because then like, where do you go? But what I do want to say is that the process of getting on the boat, seamless, easy. From the second of getting dropped off at the port, the porters were there. They grabbed the bag, they got the room, they took your bag away. We scanned in, they check your ticket and your passport, and you're in. I didn't stop moving once. The one time I stopped moving was so the bag, they do a bag check with the dogs at security. So you put your bags down by your feet, then the dog goes, smells the bags, and then they let you continue through security. I'm gonna be honest, when I stepped onto the boat, I was a little pessimistic. This might sound corny. You're walking into history. I need to check to see when the Carnival Conquest first set out. That's bad on me. Gotta do better with that research. But it feels like you're stepping into history, and the decor and almost kind of like the scents and the things that you see and the fixtures. You feel that. Even being in this room, you feel that. And I think that is really unique and really special. And I have grown to really love this ship and everything that it has to offer. The amenities are great. I spent a couple times today at the gym, and the gym is beautiful. The locker room is nice. The spa looks nice. I haven't done any spa treatments. I'm thinking about it on maybe a port day. Our pushback was, that's not what it's called. Our set sail was delayed. But it ended up working because I have this incredible, when I booked this, I didn't even know. I have this incredible balcony on the aft. So I don't know what you can see, but we got the moon up here and we've got the water right behind us. And it is just the most incredible view, and walking out here for the first time was just unbelievable. So all that to be said, and what has been the longest run-on sentence ever is that I am having the best time. And I've allowed myself some time today to just kind of take the boat in and get to experience what it has to offer. And this could not have been a better way to start my cruising adventures. So, more to come. And I'm so excited to see what the rest of the cruise has in store. So, bye for now.
Morning biscuits. After a wonderful day at sea and a very restful evening, I don't know if it was the slight rocking back and forth, but I slept so well, we managed to make it to Nassau, Bahamas for our first day of excursions. Prior to the cruise, I didn't book any excursions for a couple reasons. Number one, I knew it was going to be cold, and number two, the excursions are very expensive, at least the ones I really wanted to do. Whether it was snorkeling, scuba diving, swimming with the pigs, or going to Atlantis for the day, everything was between $100 to $200, if not $150 to just over $200 to go to Atlantis for the day. However, getting to see Atlantis from the deck for the very first time was iconic. Instead, we did our own excursion biscuits, and we had two goals: to see the surrounding area and some architecture, as well as make it to a Starbucks.
Originally, I wasn't going to get off the boat in Nassau, but I figured, you know what? Even though I'm coming here next week, it's a much nicer day out than I thought. The sun feels great. It's pretty warm. So let's get off. Let's explore around and let's see what they have. They also have a Starbucks here that I learned. So we're going to go get a Starbucks. We're going to explore a little bit, take a look, and then it'll give me an idea for when I head back next week on the Royal Caribbean cruise, that hopefully if the weather's a little bit more, a little on the warmer side, that we'll be able to do another excursion of some sort, whether that's going to Atlantis, or going out on, they have a, a catamaran and snorkel excursion. So if the weather's a little bit nicer, we'll do something then. But for now, let's go see what the port looks like.
Standing right next to the boat is actually wild to look up and see how big it is.
Maybe next time Atlantis, but it's crazy to be here because Atlantis is one of those things that you see for years. I remember seeing Atlantis for the first time when I was a kid, and to be actually looking at it is totally surreal. So one of these days we're going to get there, maybe next week if it's a little bit warmer, to experience the water park or any of the other encounters there, but it's still so cool to get to see it up close.
On my walk, I came across this particular church. Now, there were many in the area, but this one was specifically beautiful, and there are few people in this world that love churches more than my mom. So when I travel, I will go into churches that I see as a way to just feel closer to my mom, and I really enjoy that.
I'm walking down a side street right now that sells nothing in the stores but fake luxury goods. And I'm kind of obsessed with it. Some of them look really legit, like really legit. Like, for example, we're walking past another store right now. They look good. I might have to go shopping.
Biscuits, I cannot believe that I did not film the excursion to Starbucks. What was I thinking? We were successful in the endeavor to Starbucks. I had a cold brew with a shot of espresso, and it was absolutely divine. However, in no time at all, we were back on the ship, pushing away from Nassau while getting to take in this unbelievable view from the balcony of the room.
After a really quick stop in Nassau, we are on our way. Bye, Nassau! Bye! Bye, Atlantis! I will see you next week! And it was nice. I really didn't do that much. It's a cooler day today, so I'm gonna save the pigs and then going to the water park in Atlantis for another day. But I did get off the boat. I ventured to Starbucks, as you saw, slay.
Jeremy, no, actually, they didn't see, sis, so you keep on slaying, okay?
And then I just kind of walked around the port area. What an experience. That was my first time ever getting off at a port. But we are back, we are on our way. We are going to Freeport next. Originally, we were supposed to go to Princess Cay, but we had to scrap that due to the boat issues that we had. So we're gonna sail overnight, and then I'm pretty sure tomorrow we are going to wake up in Freeport. So, more to come then.
This is undoubtedly my favorite view that I had on the entire cruise, and I still can't believe that I had it from my room. This is a view that I will never get tired of seeing, and I could not wait to see it again. But for now, it is time to change, to get ready to go to the gym. I'm gonna take you all along for a little workout, and then we're gonna have a nice dinner after that.
One thing I really haven't talked about that much is fitness and content creation and taking care of yourself mentally, physically, etc. And that's something that I want to talk about more, because as a content creator, one of the most difficult things is, for me especially, is finding balance. And there are many times and many days that I get consumed because I'm a little over a year into this, and it's something that I love with all of my heart, and it's something that I want to be for the long haul. So it's finding where do the sacrifices come in. And for me, one of the biggest areas of sacrifice has been the gym. And up until this point in my life, I have basically lived in a gym from a tennis perspective. And even when I wasn't playing tennis competitively and professionally, I was still training every single day. I was still on a tennis court for 10 to 12 hours a day. I was in the gym every single day. And in this last year and a month or so since I've been on this journey, I have been in the gym scarcely. And that is something that has been hard for me in a lot of ways, but also very freeing. As crazy as that sounds, you know, here's the thing. You only have one you, and your health and your well-being is of the utmost importance. But, you know, I have found myself married to the gym, and for a lot of wrong reasons. And so this has forced me to look at the gym in a different way, and it has forced me to also develop a healthier relationship, not only with the gym, but with myself, with my mind, with my body. And for that, I'm grateful, because I don't know if without this journey that would have happened. So that being said, we're gonna head to the gym. This is actually my second visit today. Earlier today, I did cardio, and then I just did a
little bit of core in a stretch to round it out. But I'm going to take you back, and I'm going to take you through what I do. I'm going to do a warm-up run. I always do a 5-minute warm-up run, and then we are going to hit lower body and core today. So let's get it, biscuits. So I was on my way to the gym, and of course I walked past dinner service, and I was like, you know what, I'm hungry. I need a little bit of a snack. And a little bit of a snack turned into pasta, ribs, beef, and chicken, but I didn't do any cake. So at least we're winning in that respect. But now we are actually going to go to the gym. My goodness. First things first, 5-minute run followed by a dynamic stretch, and then we are getting right into the lift. Lower body, core, let's get it, biscuit. Warmed up, ready to go. First things first, leg press machine, single leg, 2 legs, let's get it. Now immediately into core, leg raises. One round down, 4 more to go. We are now going to add hip abduction to the mix. I'm going to go heavy for like 12 to 15 depending on how I'm feeling, and then I'm going to lighten it, and then I'm going to do outward pulses for like 20 to 25. And then after that we're going to get right into heel taps for core. I'm already burning my core. My legs are already burning. My glutes are burning so bad, but it's a great pain. We love this pain. I love it. I miss it. Let's go! That sucks. Biscuits, we're done. Life is all about balance, and where I used to come into the gym and spend upwards of 2 hours, some of which was good, some of which was not, just a waste of time. If you can get in just even an hour, 30 minutes, just something to get yourself moving and just yourself energized and focusing on you, that's all it takes. That's all it is. Look, some days we just don't want to be here. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Those are unfortunately the days that we have to show up the most, because not only do we need to give that time to ourselves and to our bodies, but they're the days that we learn the most. When we really don't want to do something, when we are really exhausted, they are the most crucial days, especially for our personal growth. So even on those tough days, give yourself something. Doesn't matter. Get on the treadmill, get on the elliptical, walk some laps, do something. You can do it. You got this. 30 minutes a day. Do your best. Also, have a consultation. Speak to a professional. See what they have to say. And, give them, your history. Give them what may or may not be your limitations and what your goals are. Small goals, tiny goals, and then you work your way from there. Now, it is time to eat dinner for real. And also, we got some more desserts to try. After a little bit of food, I came into the theater to watch some of Deal or No Deal. Now, I am not sure how they pick the contestants, but you're playing for real cash and real prizes, which I thought was really fun to see. And if I haven't mentioned it yet, there are various shows and games around the ship that you can win big physical prizes like cash or another cruise, etc., which I think is really neat. And poof, it's tomorrow. After another wonderful evening of rest and a morning workout, we were pulling into Freeport Harbor in the Bahamas. Biscuits, just a reminder that Freeport was not originally on the itinerary, so I didn't plan any excursions. This is another location where you can swim with the pigs, go snorkeling, go to the beach. If anything, I figured I would just take some time off of the ship, wander around the port and see what they have, but after seeing the port, I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna stay comfy cozy on the ship today. Another day, another dock, biscuits, and I'm gonna be honest, I do not think, so Freeport wasn't originally supposed to happen. We were supposed to go to Princess Cay, but then due again to the boat mechanical issues at the beginning of the cruise, we were rerouted. I think from here on out, I will be avoiding a itinerary that involves Freeport. does not look to be a lot going on. I know that there are excursions and whatnot, but let me know if you've come to Freeport, if there was something that you did that you really enjoyed. But looking off the side of the boat, the market, that area, it was very small, very quaint, and there didn't really look to be much else than a lot of the industrial area in this that you see at the moment. And there were a lot of freight boats. So I don't know about Freeport, y'all, but if you tell me something differently, okay, fine, maybe we'll come back. As the sun is beginning to set here on our last night on the Carnival Conquest, it goes by so fast. I just wanted to talk about a couple things and reflect before our last night. Biscuits, I just watched one last beautiful sunset here on the Carnival Conquest, and my goodness, is it breezy, windy, and we are rocking all over the place. This is the roughest waters I think we've been in yet, but it's actually really, really fun. It's a true test of your proprioception and all of your balance. But I'm going to allow y'all to watch this beautiful sunset while we talk a little bit about the experience, about the cruise, and my time here on the Carnival Conquest, which has been an absolute slay. So enjoy the sunset! Y'all, this is Melvin. Melvin is an elephant and has quickly become, oh, Melvin, you just lost an eye there. You okay? You all right? Melvin's kind of falling apart, but aren't we all? I forgot to record the towel animals, the towel art that was left. And Melvin was my most recent one, and I love Melvin, and I want to take Melvin with me, but oh, Melvin, there it goes. There's your eye, just laying on the bed, but that's okay. You're going to be all right. It's fine. Nino, who has been in charge of our quarters, he is amazing. I am going to miss Nino so much, but I hope I get to see him again. So we put Melvin back on the shelf, and just needs a moment, like sometimes we all do, to just regroup and pull ourselves back together and pick your eye up off the floor and glue it back on. Biscuits, I am exhausted. I don't know if it has been just the change of environment, the wobbling of the boat and walking against it, which tonight it has been the most so, and just to see that kind of affecting the boat, and also like the unity that it brings and bonds people together, that was kind of fun. But I can't believe that my first cruise is come and gone. And the Carnival Conquest, this really could not have been a better experience. There's so much to unpack. There's so much to decompress about. And what I will say is that I learned a lot on this first cruise. I could not have come in any greener. I am the rookie of the not year. I have many years of growth to go, but what I learned this first cruise that I can take into this next cruise was immense. So I am grateful for that. I'm going to break down a lot of those things, especially if you're a first-time cruiser, but I learned a lot, and there are a lot of things that you can do to prepare, to be prepared, and just to be willing to roll with any punches that may or may not come up. We have to start at the beginning. I started off this trip in Orlando at Disney for a few days, and then I got on the Bright Line, and I took the Bright Line into Miami. It was no more than 3.5 hours. It was $69 for the train fare one way, and it was a dream. It was easy, and it was so spacious and comfortable, and I think that it is 100% possible if you want to do a cruise, Disney, or Orlando theme park vacation, 100% do it, because the Bright Line makes it easy. Even if you want to fly back out of Orlando and you just want to book everything round trip through there, or book one way to Orlando, then fly out of Miami, easy. I can't recommend it enough, and I think that that is absolutely something that you should consider. But do the theme parks before the cruise. Go into the Orlando theme parks, y'all. That is not a vacation. It is work. It is energy. So do the cruise after the amusement parks. Just saying. Print out your boarding Documents. Printing things is like a thing of the past. And it wasn't until after the fact when I was in Orlando that I saw a follow-up email that said to print out your documents. And I vaguely also remember seeing something that says, like, if you don't have them printed, it's okay. But next time I am printing out the documents, I am going to find a printer. I'm going to go to Kinko's and we are printing out the documents, the luggage tags, etc. So make sure you print out your documents. Do not get on this boat without cash. Do not do what I did. Do not get on this boat without cash. I took out cash once, and the ATM fee on the boat, to nobody's surprise but my own, was almost $7. Do not do that. Do not make that mistake. From the second I got to port, I met the porters. They take your bag and then they put it on. They make sure it gets to the room safely, to your quarters safely. So you want to be able to compensate them for their work that they are doing. And there are instances and times and things that even if you cover your gratuities, sometimes people deserve a little bit extra, especially today. If somebody goes above and beyond to help you, help them back. So do not do what I did and make sure you come onto the boat with cash. I will never make that mistake again. By the way, it's a ship, not a boat. It is a ship, not a boat. And that is something that I have struggled with, is calling it a ship, not a boat, and knowing all of the right lingo. But you know what? Practice makes progress, biscuits. So we're going to continue to call it a ship. And then if I call it a boat, you are going to kindly and gently remind me, Jeremy, no. Cute though, but it's a ship. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. It's a ship. Be prepared for potential nausea. I have not experienced any. I have been fine. The rocking on the boat really has not been that dramatic. So there are some days where like you feel it here and there. Then there are moments like tonight where you really feel it. But for me, it's kind of soothing, especially when I'm in bed. But maybe you don't know that you have motion sickness, but just to be safe, make sure you have something that you can take just in case you're on the boat and you start to feel a little nauseous, a little queasy, just so you can try to combat that right away. So come prepared with something to take in case you have motion sickness. Bring a water bottle and have this on you at all time. I did not do the unlimited drink package. I'm just really not that big of a drinker. I have not had one drink since I've been on the ship. Not one drink. And I have just been drinking what has been free to me, which has been water, iced tea, and lemonade, and the coffee, essentially. Bring a water bottle with you, especially if you are doing that unlimited drink package. Please hydrate and take care of yourselves. The drink package on this boat, one of the comedians broke it down and said, to cover your expenses for your drink package on this boat, you would have to drink 15 drinks a day. Girl! 15? Absolutely not. Haven't done that since I was 21 3/4, okay? And the one time I did that, I never did it again. So I will never be doing an unlimited drink package, most likely, but take care of yourselves. Bring a water bottle, bring a super fancy tumbler, and drink and have water, and something of not only having water on you at all times, but just something so you don't have to just keep getting a small cup and going back and forth, back and forth. It makes things a whole lot easier. Bring a cup or a tumbler with you. Bring clothes for any and all of the elements, biscuits, because you never know. Like for me, I have a tendency to run a little bit on the colder side. So especially during the night times or earlier in the mornings when there's a breeze, I was not comfortable enough in just a t-shirt and shorts. The high a lot of the time was in the mid 60s, high 60s. I think we had one day that hit the 70s. So bring out this evening, it was randomly sprinkling. So you never know when it might perspire. So bring something for the elements just to be safe in case it rains at sea, in case it's really windy and it's a little bit chilly. And then obviously maybe you're coming during a different time of the year when it's going to be more consistently hot. Just make sure you have your grounds covered when it comes to the elements that Mother Nature provides us, okay? And on that note, if you're coming on a cruise in January, prepare for it to be cold. Games, games, games. Small games that you can bring. Cards, Uno, etc. Even though the boat has a lot of things to do and a lot of things to keep you occupied, sometimes it's just not going to be the thing that you want, and sometimes maybe you want to play cards, maybe you want to play Uno. So have those things available to you, especially if you're doing a port day, if you're at port and you're not getting off of the boat and you're going to stay on the boat, bring something that might be entertaining, that you enjoy doing, that you like doing, just to keep you occupied for a little bit of time that you are not getting off of the boat and doing excursions. Very, very important. You gotta duck hunt. You gotta duck. Why am I still holding this? Well, please hold. One thing I learned from some friends was that people will hide rubber ducks around the boat. Like this one right here. Hold on. Like this one. Sorry, my microphone is down there. And I think that that is so fun. You can either keep them or you can re-hide them and allocate some time to go duck hunting and to find some of the rubber duckies that people hide around the boat. Bring some rubber duckies and hide them. I think on the next cruise, if I can get some, I am going to keep tabs on where they are and see if I can find them or if people have found them, and make that kind of into a little bit of a game when I'm on the boat. So go spend some time looking for the rubber ducks that people might be leaving around the boat. I think that that is so much fun. If you are like me and you really want to swim with the pigs, which I haven't done yet because I have not done any of the excursions, if your itinerary is going through Freeport, I would suggest doing it in Freeport and not in Nassau. In Nassau, I believe you only get to swim with them for 30 minutes and it is more expensive, even though the excursion as a whole is a longer excursion. In Freeport, based on what I saw, it looks like you get an hour with the pigs and it's less expensive. So if you're coming through Freeport, I would suggest doing the pig excursion there if you want to swim with the pigs, which I will hopefully do next week. Do not, and I mean do not, get off the boat without watching sunrise or sunset. Sunset's a little bit easier because you can see right away if it's overcast, if it's not going to be that good of a sunset. If you're an early riser, go up to the top deck and just take in the beautiful sunrise. I've been watching it from the top deck and it is just stunning. On the way back, I've actually been able to watch it from the balcony and it has just been one of the highlights. Do not get off the boat without watching a sunset. I think that's it. I think that's covered most of them. There's a slight chance that I'll have an insert at the end of the video with things that I forgot, but for now I think that's it. I think that's it. I think that's it. No, it's not. No, it's not. Last thing. Have fun. Have fun. These moments in life are fleeting. They go by in an instant. So allow yourself to be present, allow yourself to take in the surroundings, allow yourself to eat something that maybe you wouldn't normally eat, get out of your comfort zone and experience something new, meet some new people, and just enjoy the experience. There are so many moments in life that we don't get to take it in, that we don't get to be present, and that we don't get to experience the joy that is surrounding us. And do not let yourself get on a cruise, maybe something that you've been waiting for a year, for years, for however long, just to watch it go by and have it become a distant memory. Have an amazing time, have so much fun, and enjoy every bit of your cruise. That is going to do it for my very first cruise on the Carnival Conquest. Yeah! Thank you so much, Carnival. This could not have been a better first cruise, from the impeccable service to the wonderful food to creating such a warm, welcoming, and fun and energetic environment. I cannot wait to get on my next Carnival cruise. Hopefully really, really soon. If I could get on a next Carnival cruise, it would be the one that has the roller coaster. I'm not sure which ship that is, but I think that is going to be the next Carnival cruise that I try to book. And thank you for watching, for coming along on this adventure. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I will answer whatever it is that I can. If you are working on planning a cruise, solo cruise, traveling, etc., I'm happy to answer anything that I can. As always, I'm Jeremy. You can call me Jerendelle. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, and I cannot wait to see you on the next adventure from the Carnival Conquest. Bye!